Swish Masters Live, we're back. Welcome to another live edition of the Swish Masters podcast. I am your co-host, Zay, the executive producer. What up, man?
Yeah, I'm other co-host Q. Let's go, man. So
Man,
Zay,
First off, shout out to Q for holding it down in my absence. He went solo live last week. Still held it down. I hated that I couldn't come on here and talk stuff about these Suns and Bucks, but he held it down. So shout out to you, man, for just being a major co-host, editor, everything, man. Appreciate it.
It's all good, man. Shout out to everybody supporting us. Yeah. Thank y'all. Now, Zay, let's get into it, man. we want to do this because potentially the last game of the NBA Finals, last game of the 2021 NBA season.
Yeah.
So we want to do a special thing before the game, and make sure you catch us post game for reactions.
Definitely.
Game 5, sir. The one flaw that with me doing that podcast, I was not able to see your face after that game. That was the one flaw. I wanted to see your face after that alley-oop from Drew Holiday, to be honest. I wanted to see your face from there. I wanted to see your face from CP3 not being CP3, So yeah, give me what's your reaction, man? Like
I caught the last few minutes of the game and my mouth dropped. I'm talking about, I saw the last sequence. Drew Holiday got the steal, and I'm like, okay, 2-on-1, they're gonna foul or something. He lobs it. Giannis finishes over the top, and I'm like, bro, did he really just catch that? Did that really just happen? What is going on? Valley Boys, what are you doing? No. I was like, you kidding me? Are you serious? I'm like, bro, there's no way he caught this finishing. There's no way that Book just turned this ball over. Drew Holiday, God, that was amazing. That was an amazing play by the Bucks, by Drew Holiday. Big time game from him, big steal, and a heck of a find to get Giannis in the open court, and heck of a finish, power, and then just Giannis on the sideline standing mugging. I was like, man, this dude is here. He's arrived. Oh man, that was great. I feel like I just been saying disappointed the last couple games from the Suns. Once again, Devin Booker, man, 40-point game, and it wasn't enough. That hurt. This dude is out here giving it his all, giving us masterful performances, and it's just not enough. I feel that hurt. I feel that pain. So this is gonna be a dog fight. It has to be. They got to fight to the last millisecond on the clock tonight. It's gonna be tough. Man.
So yeah, let me ask you this: do you think the Suns will win tonight?
Oh, I'm not gonna recant my statement. I'm not gonna.
Really? Okay.
I'm not gonna doubt them, but
all right.
I am gonna say it looks pretty gloomy right now for them. It
looks bad.
The Bucks obviously have the momentum from the last 3 games now, and they're going back to the Deer District. So yeah, it looks pretty slim. But as we saw in the past series, CP3, when his team needed him the most, he came out with 40-point games, 30-point games, double-doubles. And his game wasn't terrible last night, but I think that he's going to have a huge impact, whether that's scoring or passing, playmaking, or defensively. I think he's going to have a bigger impact on this game than any other game he's had in the series. And the key for the Suns to me tonight is getting the other guys involved, getting guys like Cameron Payne, Cam Johnson, get those guys going off the bench because they don't have right now the bench is looking pretty slim. Like I was looking at the bench points earlier, and I think the most anybody had off the bench was like 6. Like Cam Johnson had like 6. And he's been good for like 8 to 10, but you're gonna need like the other guys to like really it's that next man up mentality. Someone has to like help carry the load because Book is giving it his all, like 40-point games and losing. That's painful.
Yeah, this is a good point. Good point. That is one adjustment they can make. Somebody has to step up on the bench. But I do recall you saying the Suns got the better depth, right? The Suns got the better depth, Q. Don't worry, the Bucks don't got the depth like they got it. I remember you saying it.
Hey man,
lo and behold, look what it is, bro.
I'm gonna stick by it. Man,
bench let you down. But yeah, I was
down, bro.
Johnson, they do need to find a way to get him involved more.
He can get a good. He can probably get like 14 if he gets good shots, honestly. And if he gives you that, and you get Torrey Craig playing some good defense, maybe a 3 or 2 here or there, that's gonna work. Cameron Payne obviously needs to. He hasn't really been an impact as he has been in the past series. If you can get those guys,
you know.
Yeah, man, he's length. The Bucks, but to be fair, you have to give the Bucks that credit as well. Drew Holiday, man, I love Drew Holiday. Like he's probably one of my favorite players in the league right now, honestly. And I think he's very underrated. Doesn't get a lot of credit. I'm glad he got first team all defense this year. But also, that dude showed up. He showed up big, man. I think he had like 28 points. Plenty of defensive like masterpieces. Heck of a job defending, and especially that last steal, like just manhandling Booker down the line and taking the ball, making plays, making threes. Just looked like a completely different player last night. And also supporting cast of the Bucks, supporting cast of Giannis, the other guy, Chris Middleton, had like 29. So I think they combined for like it might have been a record or something, like 88 points. So they really put it together. And when they're clicking like that, it's like you said, I know you said this, like if they play their like best game, that lineup is pretty hard to beat. And we saw that. But I'm not ever gonna like switch sides and go against what I already said. I'm gonna stick with the Suns to come out of this. I'm gonna force a game 7.
That's tough. Listen, my prediction was Bucks in 6, so of course I'm going for the Bucks. If the viewers here saw the last video, of course I'm going for the Bucks. And you know how much I was impressed with the Bucks and their big 3, which is truly a big 3. And remember, before the series even started, I went out with a bold prediction saying they would win with or without Giannis.
You did. I rewatched that video too.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I said that. I'm looking great right now. So,
hey man.
So make sure you listen to your boy. Like, come on. Like, I'm good. Well, let's talk about some serious like basketball adjustments they can make. For example, the last game was a lot of Booker ISO. Now, of course, Booker hasn't gone. You want to keep feeding your guy. But the Bucks can kind of use that against the Suns. Mm-hmm. Again, you know what to expect. And that showed up in the last play. Drew literally left CP, to go get the ball from Book. So what does that mean for Booker? Maybe be more aware. Maybe try to be. We saw him in the last series without CP3. Right, he was able to facilitate. We know he can play make. Mm-hmm. He has that skill set. So maybe incorporate that more if you're Devin Booker. Help CP3 out because he's clearly not himself, right? Help him in the playmaker role. Get some things going. Get your guys going. But it's tough on the road because, as we know, the road is where the stars need to really perform. Role players tend to not show up, on the road. So,
True.
especially in that place is it's packed. I don't know if you've seen it, some pictures already of what it looks like out there. It's packed, bro.
Man,
It
the
was
deer
packed
district
since
is
like
real. They're
earlier.
hardcore out there, man.
So they need to make that adjustment. Other than that, if you're Monty Williams, there's not much more you can do because honestly, these last couple of games for the Suns have been like kind of it hits your morale. In my opinion. You have a couple games. You had a chance in these past couple of games. You had a chance, right? And something happens, and it just sucks. And you played well, percentage-wise, numbers-wise. It was fine, but you still lost.
Right.
How can you encourage your team to pull one out?
Well, I think I'm gonna take a slightly different approach from you. I think that if Booker is the guy that's giving you the offense, and obviously he is like he's a scoring leader. To me, I know CP3 hasn't been his best self in this series.
I think he's clearly hurt or something, bro. I don't know what's going on with CP3.
But I still think that if Booker is drawing that much attention, especially in the fourth quarter when you need him to go get you a bucket, and he's got Drew Holiday switching on him. Drew Holiday isn't just any defender. So to me, I need Money to set up a play for Book where he's more so off the ball, because if he's setting up the offense, trying to get his own shot, the defense is just going to shrink on him, collapse, because we saw it. Drew just switched to him, took the ball from him. My thing is that, yes, CP3 is hurt, but I think I still have to give him that chance and give him that, as a coach, that confidence. I know you may not be 100%, but I know that your mentality is going to get you through this, that you're going to make the right play. And for me, getting Booker an open shot is more needed than getting CP3 an open shot at this point, because I don't know if Booker is still doing what he's been doing. I want to get him an open shot, something easy, something off a screen, get Booker catch and shoot, because he's excellent at that. So I would try to see about making an adjustment there and trying to get Book easy shots, because if that's the case, you don't have to worry about him getting a turnover in a crucial moment like that. But I do agree with you to have Book kind of be a decoy. If you make him the playmaker, that way you can get other guys involved and he takes the scoring load off of himself. But at the same time, if he's cooking, I need to get him open shots without having him get trapped, and then a turnover and we lose the game.
Do you expect Booker to give you 40 plus in a third straight game? It hasn't happened. Giannis was close. He didn't do it.
Yeah.
Do you really expect Booker to give you at least 40 again? I'm not sure I do.
I'm hoping. I don't think he does give you just 40, but I'm thinking that he's gonna score well. I still think that he's not gonna just slow down all of a sudden. I don't think he goes back to what he did what was it, game 3? He had 10. I don't think he has that type of night. I don't think he's just gonna go cold. But I'm not gonna say he's gonna give you 40, and I'm hoping that he doesn't need to give
that much
40, because hopefully the supporting cast, like I said, the role man steps up, a Michael Bridges steps in and gives you not 27, whatever the other game he had a career high, playoff high, but give me 15. Give me 16 from Jay Crowder. Give me a 20-point game like DeAndre Ayton had the other night. Give me that, and CP3 getting 25. Book gives you like 25 to 30. I think that rounds it out a little bit easier. If you have that many guys clicking, if you can get other guys involved and making shots, that takes a lot of pressure and extends the Bucks defense, because now you don't know who's going to be, shooting, who's getting hot or not. So hopefully he doesn't have to do that. But I do see them like going back to like, okay, Book, get us a bucket. Because it seems like they haven't really been able to get any like cohesive offense, like consistently. Like they would get Aiden involved, then he would go away. I didn't catch all of like this past game, but I saw the highlights and I'm like, I need more from the other guys, and I'm hoping that we can see the other guys get involved more.
Yeah, good point. Also, maybe pace of play can help the Suns.
Yeah,
generally, when they play that faster pace, you most likely get more open shots, especially in transition. So maybe more of that. But CP3, he kind of slows the pace down a little bit. Because remember how they were playing before, when he was out, how the pace of play was just
go.
It was increased, and so maybe that's another thing they can do. Other than that, yeah, that's about it. I think we talked about all the adjustments they can really make, right? I mean, that's about it. Other than that, because if you're the Suns, you can't really expect Drew Holiday or Chris Middleton to really go off like that again. Because Drew was making shots. I'm like, Drew was like looking like Devin out there himself, making all these fadeaway mid ranges, and I'm like,
he was going in.
What is this? Where has this Drew Holiday been for me? Like, come on.
Maybe Drew woke up and was like, I need to go out here and show them I'm an all-star caliber point guard. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if you can expect that again if you're a Bucks fan. Even a Suns fan. Like, can you expect that performance? Like a performance like that again? Defense, yeah.
I think he's definitely.
I don't know, because he was going off. I remember one point I was like, he only missed 3 shots this whole game. I was like, gosh.
But we did see sparks throughout like the other game, like what was it, game 4? I think.
Yeah.
Like he hit like 3 threes in the third quarter, like straight, and I was like, okay, he's kind of like getting there. But then like this game, he just really put it together.
It was like best I've seen him play.
Yeah.
This postseason. But yeah, so do you really expect, because these were contested shots, but he was just still making them. Chris Middleton too, he was getting contested shots. He was hitting these contested shots. So
he's a bucket maker.
Fine. He is though. He's
like he hits tough shots. I can't lie. Like we give him a lot of like flack, but that dude can hit some crazy step backs, some fadeaways. He can score at all 3 levels, really.
Like, yeah, he showed that. You're right.
Yeah.
And Giannis didn't really have his best. He played well.
Giannis did Giannis things. He just wasn't like.
Yeah, he wasn't just
like monster mode
all time. Like Giannis, he's not. He was good.
He still was a leader though. He
was.
Yeah.
I expect Giannis to come out, that all time performance tonight.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah. Shout out to everybody like tuning in live. Shout out to our sponsor, SS96 Straight Stoner. Check out ss96.net. Use the promo code Swish Masters. 30% off for hats, t-shirts, hoodies, whatever you want. He's got it. Also, look out for his upcoming mixtape produced by yours truly, Banging Out the Bushes by Straight Stoner, coming soon. Also, shout out to my guy Jay. He said it's going to be a scary situation for the Suns or a vicious battle for the Bucks. I agree. It's going to be tough, bro. I don't know, man. I'm nervous, but at the same time, I'm sticking with the Suns. And I'm gonna stick by him. You know what I mean?
Okay. Let's go ahead and talk about some more of the impact that this game will have. We didn't talk about this yet. Mm-hmm. Apparently, it was announced earlier who the referees are going to be. Scott Foster is referee. And
Okay.
CP3 made it a point that last time, like it was like sometime this postseason. I think it was against the Lakers or something. He was like 1-11. This man is refereeing. Now it's like 1-12 because I think they still lost that next game, wherever that game was. So I think they're like 1-12 with Scott Foster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, referee. So,
oh god,
I'm just playing, but I hope that's not an impact in this game.
I hope not. I hope not.
Finals decided by refs.
No,
I
guys.
think that could be a mental aspect, especially you go out your way to say something like that in the post game in the playoffs.
Right.
So that's going to be something to look forward to see. I'm sure they'll bring it up in the announcement too. I'm sure they'll bring it up in the commentary tonight too.
Definitely.
Watch out for that.
I definitely don't like it. Don't like that he brought it up because you shouldn't be like, I don't know. The referees are part of the game, yes, but at the same time, you got to like stick to what you can do on the court and what you can control. The refs are an aspect that obviously play a huge part in the game, how it's played, but I don't know. Don't make it a point to like, oh, this number versus this many refs in this call. Like, if that's what you're depending on, then I don't know. You kind of like giving yourself, put yourself in a situation, put your own foot in your mouth. So, hopefully that doesn't have any impact on the game. Referees, they do a tough job. They do a great job. They make some mistakes, but you can't rely on that to be the end all be all.
Right.
In my opinion, that's my thoughts.
Yeah. Even if you're a Suns fan, I want no complaints. Devin Booker was fouled like 10, 20 times in game 5? So he stay in the game. I want to hear nothing.
There's also that Devin Booker no call that was controversial to say the least. You remember what I'm talking about?
That too. Yep, that too. I want no excuses.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. That was
no excuses.
That was pretty bad, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, no excuse. I want to see a hard-fought game, regardless of how the referees call it. But you got to give your all tonight, both teams. If the Bucks want to close this out on their home floor, got to, like you said, Giannis needs to have an all-time performance. If the Suns want to stay in this and go back to Phoenix and try to close this out, they have to give it their all. Every ounce, every last being of their game has to be put out tonight.
Right. So, yep. Shout out to Budenholzer. I haven't had to really complain about him recently. He's been doing the adjustment. So
no Coach Bud rants, huh? I noticed that.
No rants. He's doing good. We'll see what happens tonight, though. I expect them to win. Do you think this will be a tight game or what? You think it'll be
I hope so. I want to see a battle, man. I don't want to see no blowouts or cruise control win. I want to see like put me on the edge of my seat. Like give me like a show, man. Like
I hope it's a down to the wire type finish. I'm not sure though. I'm just being honest. I'm not sure, bro.
I got Mr. Jackson in here in the chat. YouTube, shout out to y'all for tuning in still. Thank y'all. He said if the Suns win tonight, they'll win game 7. He thinks that the Bucks will mentally deflate. If they lose tonight, they are mentally checking out. I agree with that. If they lose, if
after one game,
yes, like you gotta think about it.
I can make an argument for the Suns. They had like 3 games in a row.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Mentally, just done.
Yes, I agree with that point. But the same thing, if the Bucks, like they still have a chance though. if the Bucks lose and they won 3 straight, and then they go back to Phoenix, like you know how
Okay.
it was looking in the beginning, like okay, looked like the Suns just the Suns are going to win the championship. We were like saying that, or like thinking that at least at some point. But now the Bucks have they made a statement in the next 3 games. But now you got to think about it. If you take all of that away, like oh man, we felt like we were that team, and now you like are on the brink of it. You can grasp you like this close to it.
Yeah.
And you can't like seize that moment, and then you got to go on the road. And this team like know that they took that away from you, and they're on their home floor. I think that mentality is just like shot. Like oh man, we lost it, and Phoenix is gonna be hype. Their fans are gonna like roar super loud going back to Phoenix for a Game 7.
Good point. I would say this though. It depends on how they lose. If it's a close game, you're a Bucks. I'm like, okay, we're right there. If it's a blowout, okay, yeah, I got you. Okay, like I get that. I think it also depends on how they lose. This is a good point though, but like, I think it depends on how they lose. Because if I lose close, I can make a note to myself like, hey, I was right there. Play again. I bet I can get it. Like, because honestly, that's part of what the Suns are doing because they've been right there. It's just these end the game scenarios where it's been like, not good. So I think that's if you're the Suns, you have to get that motivation from that. Like, hey, we were so close. Get the next one. It says something if you get beat 4 times in a row, though. I don't know.
It looks bad. It looks really bad. Please, guys, don't do this to me. I picked you for a reason. Show me that.
The game tonight.
Brandon Jennings.
Yeah.
I saw.
LJ Mayo, what are you doing?
Man, in China, balling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or at least the last person I saw was balling.
Bring that classic Bucks team.
Yeah, they had a squad too.
Yeah, he's supposed to be in the audience tonight though, so that'd be.
I saw. I think it was Rob Perez tweeted, "If the Bucks win tonight, Brandon Jennings gets his statue."
Because Bucks is 6. Yeah. No. I think it's clear who's Finals MVP though, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't know why there's been a conversation. It shouldn't be a conversation. I believe it's like Giannis or no one else.
If the Bucks win, yeah, Giannis, no doubt. Like to me, he even though his team also like helped a lot, he was the key to like turning this whole series around because it looked like for a while like oh they are out of it. They just want to be here, but Giannis took it to a different level that I didn't know if he had or not. So
oh yeah. I think the argument is like for Chris Middleton. I mean, granted, he has been playing well these past couple of games,
but
I don't see it being.
I mean, fair. I think Middleton also has can throw his hat into it, but I don't know if you can truly say that Giannis. I mean, Chris Middleton had more of an impact on both sides of the floor than Giannis, even when Giannis wasn't scoring. And he may not have gotten like a bunch of blocks, steals, whatever, but his presence was felt. He got timely blocks and steals, and he was doing his thing and attacking. Once he put his head down and was like, okay, I'm going to get to the basket, and even like improving on his free throw shooting. Mm-hmm. He looked unstoppable at some points. So I make that argument. If the Suns win, I think I'm going to go Devin Booker.
Yeah, definitely. CP3 has had more bad games than Devin Booker.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely.
Hopefully not tonight. Hopefully not tonight though.
I don't know, man. We'll see. I feel like just as people are saying they can't see Drew or Chris having another good game. I can't really guarantee that like Devin Booker can have 40 or just go off like that, because all great players are due for like a bad game at some point.
That's true.
Also to
Um,
that game. I'm not sure. I mean, it'll be interesting to see. We'll see. Um, Also, real quick, what does it say for CB3's legacy if he loses tonight?
we all know that CP3 is one of the all-time great point guards.
Yeah.
I think that, especially how this series has went, it just makes him look like it makes him look worse, I guess, because of like bad games, like finally getting to that stage and just kind of like crumbling, whether that's from injury or, well, if it's from injury, like, and we don't know, I think that's fair to say, like, okay, he had an injury, like, but if he's just like been having just off nights, it's like, man, you finally got there, he just kind of like fell apart. So I think his legacy is still just he couldn't get over the hump. Like even like the LA Clipper days, they just couldn't get over the hump, and they had really good teams in the West at that time.
Is he top 5 all-time point guard?
This is a hard debate. Top 5.
Top 5 all time.
If he loses tonight.
If he loses, yes. Because you think about his career is basically settled already. At least he got to a finals. So based on his
he
career,
got there, but it's still, you got to think about when you're talking about all-time greats. Championships are a consideration, at least. You talked about it. We talked about it too. So
yeah. So no,
I can't say I'm gonna put him top 5. If he loses now, I can't say I'm gonna put him in the top 5 category. I'm not gonna say that, but we'll see.
Yeah, I feel like we were kind of crowning that too early when that conversation was going on. So maybe if he wins, yeah, he'll definitely be top 5. I don't know. It depends on how they win too. Because if he has a bad game again, like say Devin Booker just carries it, like he just gets carried to Game 7 wins, and I don't know. I'm not sure it'll be the same because those top 5, they've won championships. I mean, in our opinion, I know they belong to guys who won championships that really contributed the whole time. You know, that's the debate off top 5. But yeah,
I have an interesting point from Mr. Jackson. He said he hates to say it, but he thinks win or lose, the Greek Freak will get the MVP. I think it's only happened once or twice where the MVP was on the losing team, but he has been the most dominant player. And we were talking about top 5 point guards for Chris Paul, right?
Yep.
Top 5 point guards.
Yeah, top 5. Yeah, top 5 point guards, and not player. No, it's kind of blasphemous. No way.
Right.
Yeah,
that's an interesting point.
That's a good point, though.
So Giannis is MVP regardless of win or lose because he's been that dominant, huh?
That's a good point.
Or do you agree or disagree? I guess
he has had the most memorable highlights in this final so far. They belong to him. For real.
So you say him
had that one highlight, that value. That's about the only memorable thing from the Suns for me. Remember the end of the game, DeAndre Ayton, caught the loop from out of bounds.
Oh yeah.
Jake Crowder.
That was in this series, right? That was so long.
That was like game 1. It seems long ago.
You're right.
That was like game 1.
Dang. Yeah, that was big.
That's the highlight. That's where people go into like the hoopla, like, oh, they win, that's it. And when they won game 2, like, oh, it's over, Suns. I'm like, no. So, yeah, good point. I don't know. If the Suns win, I say I have to give it to Devin if he goes off. Because it's tough. I don't think the voters would give it to the one person that deserved it was LeBron in 2015?
2017?
Nah,
Oh, 15.
2015. It was like Steph. It was like the original Warriors with Steph,
Oh, when Kyrie
Harrison
and Kevin got
Barnes,
hurt.
and Draymond, and
Mm-hmm.
Clay. When he was going at it by himself, Kevin Love was hurt,
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie was hurt. His second best player was like Dellavedova, but you still puts the series to like 6 games, I think. But I feel like was it 6 or 7? It was something, and LeBron went
Uh,
off. He almost averaged like a triple double for the whole finals. Like
yeah.
he should have got it because they ain't really played, but he was the best player on the floor. I mean, I don't know Giannis is the best player on the floor, but like I'm just saying, just nobody really stepped up to that level of LeBron on the Warriors.
Mm.
I mean, you got Steph, but he wasn't really going off like that. But I can say for the Suns, Booker has had a couple 40-point games, so I can argue for Devin. You know, if Devin didn't have those great games, then yeah, okay, I got you.
Okay.
But LeBron is the only person in the past couple of finals that year where he kind of like deserved it, even though he lost.
Yeah. He was. Yeah.
Instead, gives to Andre Iguodala. Like, come on, no, no.
But Iguodala did the same thing I felt like Giannis did was like which he changed the momentum of the series. Before that, I don't remember like the order of like who won what game, but Iguodala came in and
I remember. You're right.
even though he didn't score like 30 points a game,
Nah,
his impact was the biggest to me during that series for the Warriors, at least for the Warriors, but not the whole series. LeBron arguably could have won Finals MVP even though he lost. I agree with that.
yeah, I say that's the one he should have won. Like, even though he lost. Good point though.
Yeah.
But man, I don't know. So let's get to Giannis's legacy now. Like, if he wins, he's a 2-time MVP. He will
As a
be
player of the year,
player of the year, all NBA
All
player,
stars,
all
All
star.
NBA.
He's like I think he goes to another level for me if he wins.
When you say another level, do you mean him as an individual, or do you mean him and the Bucks as a potential dynasty?
I won't say dynasty yet. No, I'll talk about him as an individual. I won't say them as a dynasty. It depends on how the East shapes out because they still have Brooklyn,
Right.
so it's tough to say dynasty.
Okay.
I don't want to say dynasty. If you get to the finals 2 years in a row, okay, I'll consider it.
You consider it. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's when you can start really considering dynasties if you make the finals 2 years in a row. Like that Warriors, that was an actual dynasty. They made the finals like dang, they were what, 4 years in a row?
2015 to
So
2019.
yep,
Yeah,
4 years in a row. So
definitely.
so that's definitely a dynasty.
So Giannis is elevating to a new level based on if he wins the chip.
I think
And
so. I
that
think you gotta include like he's close to I guess LeBron territory. He's like LeBron, KD, Giannis, that territory for me.
so I mean like the current top five when healthy, you would say is like LeBron, KD, Giannis, who am I trying to say? Anthony Davis and
If he's healthy, yeah.
Kawhi. I mean, he's been like, and
If
I
they're
feel like
if
he's
they're
been in
fully
that talk.
healthy, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
I don't know.
healthy,
Some
like
people will
prime.
argue Steph though.
So you would put Steph over Giannis? Is that what
No,
you?
no, no. Giannis is definitely up there. I talk about number 5.
Oh, I was just saying like you think that I'm saying like if that's the company that he's like becoming,
Yeah,
don't think he's already been there?
yeah. I think I talk about like tiers.
Okay,
Think of
yeah.
it as tiers instead of like top 5. Like we know he's like one of the top players. I talk about tiers, like that status of like,
I
okay,
get
that's
you. I
that
get
guy. So for example, you got LeBron, KD, like that. That's a tier. You know, I feel like he was like right under that for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But if he wins, I feel like he goes to that tier. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
his legacy is gonna be hugely great, and he's still so young, and he still potentially get another one, and he
Yep.
still enhance his game if he wants to. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, I just want to see him shoot like that fadeaway in the post. When
he
he
was
was
doing
doing
that
that,
too in game 5.
he was doing it in one of those series, maybe against Atlanta. I was seeing like a little turnaround J from the baseline. I was like, if this dude gets that shot, it's over. Like he can't be stopped going to the rim. And if he can shoot that and learn to make like 70% of his free throws, that's it. Like this dude is it. Yeah. But Mr. Jackson said he think he'll pass KD in order for best current player if he wins. Giannis, I'm thinking.
But they say to be the man, you got to beat the man, right? So
Well, he did that
technically,
sort of this year.
technically, yeah, he beat KD, right?
Yeah. I
So
mean,
yeah, I think you can argue that he's like the best player. Although I'm just saying, like, although we know, I'm just saying it's an argument. You can make that an argument
mm,
because you can argue, hey, he beat KD,
yeah.
so you can make that argument. But in reality, I still think personally, I think LeBron is still the best player in the league, followed by KD, and Giannis will be number 3 if he wins.
I think I'm okay with that.
For
Um,
me, for me, because just for me, he's still a great player.
yeah.
Still a great player. But yeah, I will make that argument. He's definitely could be the best player because he has a chip. LeBron and KD don't. So that's it.
We'll see. Another good point. Mr. Jackson said that if he wins, he's doing it with no other superstar.
Ah, that's a good point. Good point.
Yeah.
Okay. That's another
Because
that you can add the
they
argument to that. You can add that to the argument. Yeah.
yeah. Chris Middleton
He's not a
isn't
superstar.
considered a superstar.
He's not a superstar. He's an
I
all
think
star.
yeah. He has the potential though.
He's not on that tier. You know,
Yeah. That's a good point.
he's all star tier. It's a good point. A really good point. So yeah, I agree. So yeah, Giannis.
Okay. Huh.
KD had a chance to show him by himself, but his toe was too big. So no, that's it. His foot was too big.
His toe is too big.
His foot was too big. He had his chance.
Oh
His foot was too big, bro. That's it.
man.
That's the one thing too. KD has not shown us yet by himself.
That's true.
LeBron, I mean, we know he can lead you to one, but like I'll say this too. I believe it would be great if they do win.
Yeah.
If either team wins, I think this would be good for the NBA. Suns or
Yeah.
Bucks. Because it shows
Definitely.
that you don't need to have a super team to get to the
Right.
final. You only have 2 of the top 10 players in the league to win a championship. Like you can actually do it with proper team construction, proper roster building, and coaching, and
Yeah.
getting back to those days before the decision, really, before the Celtics. I mean, like it's like, come on.
I'm with you.
I think that's good for the NBA.
Yeah. I liked when Kawhi decided to go to LA and like broke up like all the super teams. They kind of like became duos, but now it's kind of like shifting. And now we see, like you said, even though also to be fair, like Brooklyn's trio got injured and then they didn't have anybody else. So it's good to see other teams win, but at the same time, the super team isn't just gone because those guys will be back.
I know it's not
I don't
gone.
think that stops anybody from joining up like that.
True, but remember one of the points I made when they lost is like that shows you the flaws of a super team.
Yeah.
Right. If you have an injury, you don't have enough depth. Right.
Yep.
At least with a team like the Bucks, you have better depth. And again, DiVincenzo's out for the Bucks. Like they're missing another key piece. So it's definitely doable. I think it's doable, bro. I mean, we'll see what happens next year. I know everybody's looking forward to next year. Healthy Lakers roster, healthy Nets roster. And there are a lot of coaching changes. We can get into that at some point. Like,
Might be some player changes too, man. We'll have to see them next couple weeks.
Oh, yeah. For the Dame, right?
I don't know what to think. Portland's gonna have to do something major. I'm reading the comments. Jay said it's been a different look in how the game's been played in the last 2 years. You think that it played a role in the types of teams that have been in the finals? And then Mr. Jackson said CP3 back in LA.
Listen, I would love to see. I think he said himself he doesn't want to be in LA. But you talking about the Clippers or the Lakers?
I would assume the Lakers because the Clippers.
See, I feel like he
said that, and LeBron
with the Lakers.
Is that the Lakers? Huh?
I thought CP3 was like he didn't want to play with the Lakers or something like that.
I don't know.
That's all they're missing, though. They're missing a point guard.
Yeah. I don't know. Like the offseason is gonna be. Yeah, they said Lakers. The offseason is gonna be. Wow. I don't know where Dame is gonna go. I know you had like some crazy trade scenarios.
Yeah, we can get into that too. But yeah, CP3. Yeah, I feel like it'll be good if he goes to the Lakers. Because we all wish that trade went through. I would love to see CP3 with Kobe.
That would have.
We were robbed. We were bamboozled, bro.
Man,
let us stray. Like, come on, that would have been good to see CP3 and Kobe. But that'd be good to see CP3 LeBron.
Those two would have been like here in it together, like mentally.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
and on the court,
mentality, bro. Like that would have been so good to see.
Yeah.
So,
man.
Anyway, if he plays with LeBron, they'll definitely, of course, they have the chemistry and that IQ. So it'll work out.
I'm laughing at the comments, man. They tripped me out. He don't want to go.
That's true. That's a good point. I read it too. That's a good point, man. I feel like he would. He's like, man, I'm done. Let me go.
I get that. Like, and I respect that though. You know what I mean? Like everybody, we know who's out here ring chasing. Like if I'm not gonna say Andre Drummond, but like certain guys, like okay, you're going to LA. Like it's.
I would say this though.
Go for everyone too.
And LaMarcus went there. I was like, yeah, y'all just ring chasing. To the Nets, I was like, yeah, y'all ring chasing, bro. No reason for all that. But
hey, man,
I'll say this:
LaMarcus was
go ahead.
Older, and I wanted to see him get there at least. Man, I hate that he couldn't finish the season out, but I understood of him. Blake is like, well, I need something,
and it was back to back too. I'm like, y'all full at power forward now. What's going on? So I was like, come on,
yeah.
And so we'll see.
Yeah.
This next season is gonna be very interesting.
This game tonight is gonna be telling of a lot of like moves. I feel like if this CP3 stuff is in here, if that's anything,
we'll have a good conversation tonight. If they lose, bro, we'll definitely talk about CP3.
Yeah.
Where he going? What's going to happen?
Yeah.
We'll talk about Giannis, and it'll be a good conversation tonight for sure.
For
Yo, real
sure.
quick, man, who do you think Dame gonna stay or not?
Do I think Dame stays?
Yeah, in Portland. Did you see the press
Uh,
conference? He expects this. You know, it's like that media. It's like the media trained answer,
yeah,
but it's not like he was truly dead set on staying in Portland. So
yeah. I'm gonna say that Dame to begin the season is gonna be with the Trailblazers, and from what I understand, there's been like rumors, and then there was like false stuff like Dame's. They said Dame requested a trade, and then they were like, no. Dame was
Dame
like,
to
no,
what?
that's not true. They said I saw a report like it blew up on Twitter. Like they said Dame requested a trade,
Oh, okay,
and it was a false report, and he was like, no, I didn't say that. It's not true.
okay.
But
Yeah, I think I
I
heard that
do
too.
I do believe that he's gonna start with the Trailblazers, and if he's not happy, they're not making any moves. He's gonna be out of there like mid-season and go somewhere else that he can like contend.
Based on some reporters I've heard, like these like actual reporters and stuff, they're like he's gonna request a trade in like 2 weeks or something like that. We'll see.
I think it's fair. And Jade made a good point. He's been there for years and
Nothing to sell for it, bro.
hadn't got the farthest he got was the Western Conference Finals. Got there, he got swept. So I think it's fair. Like this dude, we know how Dame is. He's loyal and he's been there and he's like put on for the city of Portland. But it comes to a point like, man, do I choose like loyal fan base and like sacrifice my career, or do I like go ahead and go somewhere and elevate my status and my legacy? So I think it's only fair if he asks for a trade or if he doesn't.
Yeah, his
It's
trade
fair to
value
him to
is
do
super
that.
high right now, so he can definitely get a lot of value back if you're Portland.
Dame, come to Miami. We got you. You,
I don't think y'all got enough to trade.
Jimmy, Bam. I don't know who we trade because I don't want to see any of our. I love our team. I love our core. We'll be back, but if
Honestly, I
we
think y'all
Pat
still be
Riley
in
can
the
make it
same
happen. That's all I'm
situation.
saying. That's all I'm saying.
I think he'll still be in the same situation though, to be honest.
As
See
Portland
y'all get out the East with
with
Brooklyn,
Dame healthy, Jimmy
with
and Bam.
Brooklyn
I take us. Oh, if
and
Dame goes to
with
Miami,
Brooklyn
I'm taking
and
it.
Giannis and them now.
I'm taking it. I'm taking us without Dame. I'm just saying, but I just have utter confidence in my team. That's all I'm saying.
That's
Always
good,
gonna rep
man.
the 305. You know,
I'm not saying y'all won't be. Y'all not gonna make the playoffs. You'll make the playoffs. I just feel like there's not much change in. You know, I feel like the West is almost easier. Almost. It's some conversation. The West has some. It's just Brooklyn just takes the East to another level to me now. And you still got Philly. We don't know how the Sixers are gonna be. They got a new coach. We'll see. Dame. I'll say this though. You remember that report with the Warriors? They're talking about they're inquiring about Dame.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, I will say this though: the Warriors do get Dame, bro.
No.
I might sue the NBA. I'm serious. If the Warriors get Damian Lillard with Steph, Dame, and Clay on the
Oh.
same team, I'm suing the NBA, bro. I'm like, yo,
I'm writing
I'm
a
done.
legal letter to
Start a
the
petition,
president.
get these
uh,
signatures. Like, yo, y'all tripping. Veto
Gonna
this
get the
trade.
people's veto of this trade.
Yep,
Oh, yeah,
I'm serious. That
that
should only happen in
that
2K.
what would they do? They would have
See?
to clear out their whole team for that trade too, though. So that
Yeah,
leaves
I
you in the
think
same situation.
Draymond will go because he has money. Like he matches the money. If you're Portland, I don't know like why you would want Draymond because they got I don't know if they could get him that'd be something.
I mean,
But
if
for real, Portland, all they need is a good wing. That's all they're missing, like a small forward, like a good wing and a dominant center. That's about it. They're like really two pieces away to me, like one or two pieces away, like a really
wait,
good.
but can they get that before this season starts
I
and,
don't know. I
make
can't
him
think of
happy?
an.
And like, okay, we can contend.
I
That's the
can't think of
thing
an
because
ideal
he's been there
player.
for a long time, and it's like if you can't do it now, then how can I expect you to do it? In
Yep.
it's kind of tough.
Yeah, I can't think of an ideal player. That's something to think about. Ideal players they can try to target. Norman Powell was a good pickup. That was decent, but you need someone on the All Star tier to really contend in the West. Anyway,
Yeah, but it's about game time, man.
yep, it's about that time. So yeah, thank y'all tuning in. Zay truly thinks the Suns gonna pull it out. I
Sticking
don't
with
see
him.
it. I don't see it. My prediction is right. It's gonna be right tonight.
Keep the faith, Phoenix.
It's
Keep the
gonna be
faith.
tough. It's gonna be tough in that arena.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll catch y'all post game tonight,
Yep.
probably 10:30 or so.
Yep. Right after the game, 10:30.
Yep.
Yep. We'll probably make predictions for finals MVP and stuff because I don't think they would have presented it yet at that point.
Yeah.
So
But there's a game 7. We're gonna see that.
uh, we'll see, bro. I'm talking like I really don't think there's gonna be a game 7. I'll be so shocked
Yeah.
if we get a game 7.
We'll see, man. I'm sticking with my prediction, so I gotta see it through. We'll
Yeah.
see.
I mean, I respect you.
Yeah.
Respect all the Suns fans out there. All right. Good luck, Suns.
Good luck.
And thank y'all
Shout
for
out to
y'all
everyone
support.
who joined the live. Catch us again post game 10:30. We'll see who's right.
Oh yeah, we'll see. All right, y'all.